Good morning and welcome to Istanbul race day. We are here whether we like it or not. We've got the zones above us. Wave to the cameras. Right, we got here. It was a little bit stressful because the local taxi drivers really didn't know that the roads were closed anywhere and that there's police like blocking things off all over the place. But in the end, they were letting the athletes through. So we managed to get here without probably had about 10 or 15 minutes on, but it's not been too much of an issue. We're just hoping that Mum and Dad and Amelia can get down here a little bit later on still. I'm wrapped. Got my number belt. Shoes are on. Trainers, helmet, sunglasses, visor. I'm ready. It is wetsuit legal. The water temperature has dropped down from 21 point something to 18.5, so that's my decision made. I am wearing a wetsuit, and we'll see how that goes. So it is 20 to 7. I'm all set up. Transition closes in 20 minutes, so I'm going to go over to Mark. It's just a nice temperature at the minute. It's a bit muggy, but yeah, it feels a lovely temperature. I probably won't be saying that in a couple of hours' time. Going to head down and see if I can find Caroline, and if not, I'm just going to head over to Mark anyway. But yeah, I didn't sleep that well last night. I kept waking up every couple of hours and it was just like then couldn't go back to sleep again. So I've not had that much sleep, and that's fairly normal for race day, and doesn't really matter for a sprint that much, does it? Because I can go to bed this afternoon. So going to see if I can go find Caroline, and then I will go find Mark. Are you ready? Come on, Caroline. Are you ready for this? Yeah, let's do it. Everybody ready? Let's do it, team. Let's do it. I'm cacking myself. I'm going to be a little bit weird and film the loo situation because this is quite unique. After thinking there was no toilets yesterday, they've got camper vans. They've got big rows of camper vans with toilets. Very weird toilet setup. People are looking at me weird now for filming this, but thought I'd just go with that.
Come on, Debs! Come on, Debs! Come on, Debs!
That's Deb's just come back in off the bike. We finally found somewhere to spectate.
So we'll see you coming out on the run shortly. Guns. What do you think? Come on, Dad. Come on. on, Deb! Come on, last lap. Are we doing well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got a lovely setting for today's race, but unfortunately with the swim it was all blocked off, so you couldn't actually get down to it. But we managed to see a little bit of the bike, and the run's okay for viewing, but it's a lovely spot. So we're just waiting for Deb to come in now on a second lap of the run, and this should be finished, which is looking good. Come on, Deb!
The finish is here! Calling you, Ben!
Right, it's Mark Kerry for Triathlon News.
We've got a medal! I finished at the European Championships! I don't care about my time, I don't care where I've come, I've finished it. The swim was awful, couldn't see anything, my goggles missed it up, I couldn't control my breathing, there was waves. The swim was nearly 20 minutes, I think, with it. I thought I was last one out of the water, but apparently there was some people after me, which is news to it.
There's at least 7.
Was there? Yeah. Really? Oh. My transition was good. Yay, did a good transition. The bike was really long. The bike is 16 miles. I averaged 9.3 miles an hour for that first 3 kilometres up to the bridge. It is awful. It's a 6% average gradient, but it's 16 miles in total. I averaged 15.9 mile an hour. I'll take that on that course, to be honest. And then transition 2 was good. I mean, my run was slow. My run was 9:09 minute miles, but it was a hill. It was hard. It was 3.16 miles, just under 29 minutes in the end. But I don't care. As soon as I got like halfway on the bike, I was just like, I can finish this, I'm a finisher, I don't care, I'm just going to enjoy it. So, and thank you, my bike was absolutely amazing, Mr. Kerry. Caroline had 5 mechanicals, bless her, her chain came off 5 times. I overtook her at a transition, and then I passed her not long into the bike where her chain came off. She caught me again, she passed me. Chain came off straight away, and then I think her chain came off 3 more times, but she overtook me on the run. She kept her head together, bless her, and she overtook me on the run and then kept it going. So you know what, I'm going to go, I am a European champion, you know what I mean. I'm a European finisher and I'm happy. Thanks, team support.
Well done, Debs. That's over and out from Triathlon News.
I'm not doing this again. I've got the t-shirt. I'm not coming back again.
Yeah, I'll remind her of that.
We are finally back at the hotel again. Oh, I feel absolutely knackered now. I'm really dehydrated, got absolutely roasting. We've had a nightmare trying to get a taxi back. Around the race venue has been absolute gridlock. The police have they must have closed like about 100 roads around the city with it, and it's caused absolute chaos. None of the locals, none of the taxi drivers knew that this was happening. Luckily, after about 15 minutes or so, Dad managed to flag one down, but because we had the bike with us, there was 5 of us and the bike to get into just a normal taxi. So we sent Dad, Mark and Amelia off, which I'm really, really glad we did, because Amelia and Mum were really starting to struggle with the heat. So they got back to the hotel and could chill out. Me and Mark spent 9 90 minutes down by the roadside, trying to call taxis via Bitaxi and Uber and just getting them declined, trying to flag them down. It was an absolute nightmare. In the end, we did manage to get my bike in. We took both the wheels off. What we couldn't do is we couldn't get my frame in the boot of any of the yellow taxis. But what we realised then was we put the wheels and everything else in the boot, and then I just held my frame in the back of the car. By the end of that, I was starting to get a bit lightheaded. I was getting dehydrated. I was hungry. I was starting to feel a bit wobbly. I've just had a look at the results on the World Triathlon page. I've got an athlete ID now on the World Triathlon page. I came 19th in my age group, which, you know what? Top 20 at the European Age Group Championships. I will absolutely take that. My goal was to qualify. I've qualified. I didn't come last, and I didn't come last. So I was super happy with that. And I came inside the top 20. It's been an absolutely amazing experience. It was a super hard race. So swimming in the Bosporus was tough. I couldn't see anything. It was really choppy. Sadly, one of the women had a heart attack in the water, had a cardiac arrest in the water. They did manage to get her back after 90 minutes of CPR, but as somebody who works on an intensive care unit, that is not going to be a particularly good outcome. But I do hope that she pulls through. So all regards to her and her family. The bike ride up the hill onto the bridge was absolutely brutal. 2.5 kilometres of climbing. Ran out of gears really, really soon on that. But once we got up onto the bridge, it was fantastic. So the whole of the southbound carriageway was closed. We had 4 lanes, really lovely smooth tarmac. The views were absolutely breathtaking. I think it might be the first time that bridge has been closed for something like this. It's the first time there's ever been a triathlon held that's gone across 2 continents. So I'm really kind of pleased to be part of that little piece of triathlon history. But up on the bridge, riding on the bridge was lovely. It wasn't completely flat actually, and it was quite windy. So it did get some decent speeds up, but then it kind of fluctuated a little bit. A couple of turnarounds on it. Then there's the super fast descent back off the bridge, which is absolutely fantastic. But the bike course was mega wrong. Apparently they got the turnaround points at the wrong place. So they've put the turnaround points for today's race at the point where it's meant to be for the standard race tomorrow. So normally sprint races are anywhere between like 11 and 12.5 miles. It was 16 miles. I was starting to get a bit panicky. By the time I'd kind of clocked about 14 miles, we'd come off the bridge, and I honestly thought that I'd perhaps gone the wrong way. The run just felt really hard work. By that point, 30 odd degrees, 70% humidity. I only managed 9-minute miles. I was hoping to do a bit faster. By the time I was on the run, I knew I was kind of fairly at the back of the pack. I didn't know at that point I was in 19th. People weren't going to remember in 10 years' time or care in 10 years' time whether I came 19th or 18th or even 17th. So I'm not saying I didn't try on the run. I did try. It was super hard, but I was like, I'm not going to bust an absolute gut. I knew when Caroline overtook me, she's a much faster runner than me, so I knew she was going to be putting 2 or 3 minutes into me. To try and get anywhere near her, I was going to absolutely have to kill myself, to the point of probably puking up with it. And I was like, you know what? I've waited 15 years for this experience. I'm going to enjoy this run. I still worked hard, but there was no point. I wasn't really going to gain anything. Trying to run at 8-minute miles compared to 9-minute miles, those 3 minutes that I would need to beat Caroline would be a massive difference in my effort and my enjoyment of the race. So I was like, stuff it, I'm just going to enjoy the rest of this race. It was red hot. Thankfully there was like 6 water stations, so I was continuously like throwing water over my head and down my top and stuff, which unfortunately has left me with blisters in my feet, because I think about a litre of that water has gone into my trainers, and my trainers were squelching, so I have got 2 very large blisters on my feet. But yeah, that doesn't really matter too much. That feeling coming down the finishing chute was absolutely amazing. I was so happy to have Mark and Amelia and my parents out here with me. I know my mum really wanted to come, but she really doesn't do the heat. She doesn't like flying. So I am so pleased that she was able to kind of overcome her fears and things and come with me. It was lovely to have the 4 of them there cheering me on. I think my dad got a bit emotional at the finish. He used to be a decent runner. I get my competitive streak from him. So I think he's been quite proud of me coming here. So thank you to both of you two for making the effort to come out of here. Love you to bits, and it's meant the world having you here with me. This is my medal. It's a proper chunky, good quality one. European Triathlon, Asia Triathlon. It says on the back, Asia and Europe Triathlon Championships, Istanbul 2025. Nobody can take this medal away from me. I've got this for life. Mark and Amelia and Mum and Dad seem to have recovered from earlier on. They've had a lot more time. I've had a bit of a shower, and Mark's had a shower, so we feel a little bit more human again. Amelia is desperate to go to the Blue Mosque. So after she's been dragged around this morning in the heat, I've said to her, if that's what she wants to do and she feels up to doing it, we're going to go do that. It is about an hour and a half on the tube and everything to get to the Blue Mosque. So that's going to be fairly tough for us all, I think, because it is red hot. It's I think it's about 35 degrees now. That is probably going to be it from me today, but this has been an absolutely amazing experience. Thank you to all of those followers who have joined me along this journey. I don't know what next season holds for me. I did say I might have a season of just chilling out a bit, but those of you who know me know that that's probably a lie. Am I going to go and do the next qualifying sprint in Bournemouth in a couple of weeks to see whether I can qualify for Spain next year? Probably not. I don't think I will qualify. You know, it has been super tough. Am I going to go back up to half Ironman 70.3? Probably. I think that does suit me. I'm so glad I've done this, but it's been a hard 18 months to try and get here, and I've not really got to quite where I wanted to be. I've put the hours in, but I think I am a little bit resigned. Mark said all along that I am probably better suited to the long distance ones. I don't have that power on the bike, and because the races are draft legal, they're not suiting me. I'm better on my TT bike over a longer slog distance. I can actually average higher speeds over 56 miles than I can over 12, 13 miles, because I think I take a bit of time to get going with it. So that is it from Istanbul for today. See what we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to perhaps do a little bit of sightseeing tomorrow. We've got ages before the plane goes off tomorrow. But yeah, that is me done for the night. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next episode, probably packing up to get home. Goodbye.